Right, grade 10s. We're now going to just do a little bit of a summary of what we know so far, and I'll add some more information that you need to know about the parabola. Okay, so what we haven't done is given you the general equation. Okay, so the general equation, like you had with the straight line graph, which is y equal to mx plus c, you have a general equation for the parabola, which is fx equal to ax squared plus q, or y equal to ax squared plus c. Okay, and obviously we change the a and the q, they get values, and we can also use the x for specific things. Right, so important, when the a is bigger than naught, okay, what did we notice? It was a happy parabola. When a is less than naught, it's a sad parabola. Okay, and remember then, if you have the q and c moves the parabola up or down the y-axis. Okay, so remember when we added or subtracted 2 or 1, it moved up and down. Like this orange one, you can see, has moved down. Let's make him down to -2. Okay, then what you need to know is the line of symmetry. Okay, and you will see that this side of the parabola looks exactly the same as that side of the parabola. So that is our line of symmetry. Okay, which is then the y-axis, or what we can say is x equals to naught. That is the line of symmetry, x equal to naught. Okay, and then you remember Miss Mengersborg speaking about domain and range. Okay, domain is our x values. Okay, now you will see for both of these, my x values, which is here, those arrows indicate that the graph carries on. Okay, the higher your x values, the graph just carries on. So my domain is -infinity to +infinity. Okay, we cannot include infinity, that's why it's a round bracket. Okay, and the range is my y values. Okay, so for this one, my range here is 0 and up. Now I include 0 because the graph goes through 0. So I include it, so it's a square bracket to +infinity round brackets. Okay, the range for this one is -2 to -infinity. Okay, because the graph goes through -2. Okay, then we have, when you have a happy graph, you have a minimum value, which is there. Okay, and when you have a sad graph, you have a maximum value. Right? And then also you have, when you, from -infinity basically to 0. Okay, so let's put it down. Negative to 0, the graph is decreasing. And then from 0 to +infinity, the graph is increasing. Okay, so do you see that? So from there to there, the graph is decreasing, and from there to there, the graph is increasing. Okay, right, and now let's have a look at the shorter way to sketch it. Okay, remember I said to you there's a long way and there's a short way. So what we need to do is the following. Can you remember when we, I said to you, with a straight, no I didn't, Miss Menger said to you, with a straight line graph you get an x intercept and you get a y intercept. Okay, So for this one, let's get our y-intercept. So how do we get our y-intercept? We make x equal to 0. So then you're going to have y equal to 0 squared minus 1, y equal to minus 1. You also have an x-intercept. Okay, so that's when you make y equal to 0. Okay, so now you're going to have 0 equal to x squared minus 1. Okay, what do we do with x squared minus 1? I'm just going to rewrite it like this. We could do difference of two squares. Can you remember that? Okay, and then we can solve for them, and we can say x equals to 1 or x equal to minus 1. Okay, so then we can basically sketch this graph just like that. Here. Okay, just a basic set of axes. Okay, let's measure 1 minus 1, 1, 2, 3. Okay, you should be measuring this out nicely. Indicate that's your y-axis, indicate that's your x-axis. Right, so first of all, have a look. It's a happy graph. See, because it's a positive, we know it's a happy graph. What we also know that it has moved down the axis by a minus 1. So it's there, what we call the turning point. Okay, so then it intersects. The x-intercepts are 1 and minus 1. 1 and minus 1. Let's put 2 there. So that's 1, minus 1, minus 2, 2. Okay, and there's our parabola. Just like that. Okay, so remember, you look at the A, it's positive. You look at the Q or the C, it's minus 1. Turning point. Right? Y-intercept, you make x equal to 0 and you get your y-intercept of minus 1. And your x-intercept is 1 and minus 1. Remember, you're going to have to probably do some factorizing. Right. Okay, so I'm going to give you a worksheet on your worksheet page. Have a good day, grade 10s.